my first time having a Twitter.
Yeah.
Anyway, your reach is giant. And what is your goal? Like, what do you want to teach? What do you want to share with those people? Because they are looking up for you. And you've been out of the house for more than 2 months. And I've been seeing, like, I saw some interviews and I saw some Taylor's interview, and she still say, like, I'm open to talk to Paloma. Paloma haven't reached out to me. It's not because
I did apologize.
yeah, it's not because Taylor is carrying the pain so gracefully and so nice. That doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It still hurts. And I know that. I put myself on her shoes because I did say some stuff about her as well.
Yeah.
And I had to go back to the time, think about it, and meditate on myself and say, like, is that something that the Indy that I want to be wants to say to people? Is that the way that I want to treat people? Not just her.
No.
Wow, not just like.
Absolutely, but it's not coming out of left field either. Like it wasn't coming. I mean, she weight shamed Jasmine. Like she weight shamed her, and Jasmine will like truthfully say that. Like she'll come out and say that. She was to people. Like she was very rude.
I'm saying, like, we all say something like that.
We mean things like I did, but why does it make it okay for her to say something mean and then me?
Exactly what I'm saying. We all say things that that is not okay, and we all need to go back and see, like, I cannot count on people to say sorry to me, but I can do my part.
Right.
Like, if I say something about you, even telling you, like, oh, you were talking a lot of shit, I don't appreciate that I say that to you.
No, yeah.
Because that's not the Indy that I want to be. And I'm sorry for that, because I put you in a position that, like, oh my gosh, like, she's judging the way that I'm talking, how much I'm talking. And that game is a visual game. I shouldn't be focused on you. I shouldn't be focused on me.
Yeah.
And what I see is, like, somehow, whatever happened set the tone about how we saw Taylor after you left.
Yeah.
Left. The whole house started, like, okay, most of the house. We start, like, blaming her for something that, oh my gosh, P is not.
That's not okay. The Daniel thing was not okay. Like when I saw that, that was so sad for me because he's using my mental health to pin himself against someone else. And
I don't see like he's using it. Is we only know so much in the house.
Yeah.
So, and we trusted you so much because you were part of, like, whatever we were trying to build, even if it's 6 days, 6 days, 24/7 together, and it's crazy. Only who is gonna, and it set the tone for how we perceived, like, with Taylor. I'm not giving, like, excuse saying, like, oh, I treated Taylor this way, or I say this and this because of. No, I'm not giving you, like, that responsibility.
Right.
On and knowing that you've been out of the house for 3 months, I don't know how long, baby, but you still have, like, okay, you're taking care of yourself, and I think that's amazing. That's brave of you. You remove yourself from a place that you dreamed about, even though, like, some people think, like, that's disrespectful for the casting member or for the show, for the casting. For Michael is trying to get in the show for, I don't know, 6 years.
Yeah, no, and I get that.
You got a chance and you had 6 days and you left. I know that your mental health is way more important than anything. And I give you credit for that. I think, like, you're so brave for doing that. I really appreciate it. And I think this is amazing. But, like, using or saying that you're sleeping, like, deprivation or whatever, it's not an excuse for bad behavior.
I'm gonna be just really honest with you, and you know what? People may really, like, not understand, but I was diagnosed afterwards with bipolar disorder. Do you know? I went through a mania. I went through a manic episode, and you know what? For the people understanding that is when you lose touch with reality. And I was diagnosed with a fucking disorder. Okay, so as much as I fucking wanted to stay in there, like, as much as I wanted to stay, I couldn't fucking stay.
I might think not to make cry, baby, and I appreciate that you were sharing this.
Like, I couldn't stay. I wanted to stay. I'm sorry to the casting producers. I'm sorry to Big Brother. I wanted to stay, but I couldn't fucking stay. And when I came out of there, I was pinned as a fucking villain. Okay. That's what happened.
Yeah, I get it. And, like, sharing your experience, sharing your mental health, sharing your diagnostic, like, everything to help other people. But you only can reach people if you open your heart.
And my heart is open, Indy.
Yes. Okay. The only thing that I'm confused is, like, I saw, like, a lot of videos and even videos, like, saying that, oh, I did that, baby. My Brazilian friends got cuts of you saying things excluding me. They got cuts about, like, you saying, oh, she's Brazilian. Oh, she's doing this because she's Brazilian. And like, oh, she doesn't know. That was hurtful for me to hear. And I adore you. And I don't take that personally. And I know you have, like, your mental health going on. You had, like,
Like I was just saying like it was like like a barrier, like a language. Like sometimes things were a barrier in as far as like language. That's what I meant. I didn't mean it to like offend you. You know, like some things, some phrases, like I even some phrases like in different language, like I wouldn't understand, you know? So I was trying to defend you, if anything. And like I was always looking for your best interest. And if I did say something like hurtful, I didn't mean it, you know?
Yes, no, I know. I don't take things personally, but
I didn't to be malicious, like or mean.
when I came out of the house, all that I want to know, we was check on you. And my like, no, you're not checking on her. Not now. You need to watch this first. And I was like, no, I don't care what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I still think like she's part of this team. We are 16. I want us to have fun and be together and help each other.
Yeah.
Then Taylor got the big prize. Yes, we got the lesson. What are we gonna do with the lesson? Show each other's like how, okay, that's the way that I see things. How do you see it?
Yeah.
Let's work. Because I felt really bad that we are all in a party after the finale and you were not there.
Yeah. No, I know.
That's pretty much probably the way that Taylor felt when we were out trying to put her on the block and take her out of the house because she was by herself. And I don't like that because this is not Indy. This is not me. I don't exclude people. I was excluded like for so many reasons in my life.
No, I know.
People say like, oh, you were blonde and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. People have no idea where I came from, my background. They have no idea. So I like to exclude people. And I know that we did that to Taylor. And I say sorry to her. And not only like to Taylor, we say other things like, I remember like we can't like when Danielle made a comment about my thing, you were like, let's put Danielle on the block. And I was like, no, you're going crazy.
It was a joke, you know, and the thing is like to understand medically what I went through, like I don't think like it's tough, you know. I just want to say that like it's something where your mind is not thinking correctly. You are high as fuck. Like you are so high. Dopamine, when it spikes super, super hard, you're going to say some crazy shit because you're not well in the head. And that's what happened to me. You know, like.
But you were getting treatment now, right?
Yes, of course. I'm on so much like I will show you all my medication. I have to take 4 pills every single day at night. And you know what? People can shit on me and say I'm a crazy person. At least I got fucking help, you know? Like
no, getting help, that's important. But I mean, like, how is your mind right now about whatever happened?
My mind is totally closure in the sense that the people that love me will love me and the people that hate me will always hate me. And that's okay. And I'm okay with that, you know? And I sent Taylor a DM. She posted something like, I haven't heard an apology from Paloma because it's been extremely hard to deal with this whole thing, the negative constantly in my brain. The people in my DMs, like I have hundreds of DMs of people every single day. You should die. Go die, bitch. You're a fucking piece of shit. Like,
that to me as well. Like,
I finally did apologize. And yes, I did apologize to her. I sent her a message. And whether she opens that and sees it or not, like I sent her a DM, you know, but I did my dues and I apologized. I did.
Yeah, I believe like since I'm an old lady, I don't DM people and apologize. I give them a call. I think it's important. I can send you her number.
Yeah, send me her number. I mean, I will apologize.
I'm forcing you to do anything that you don't want to do. But I believe that we need to show people that we learned something. Since we say like bad stuff in public, in a TV or show that's like super famous, we should say have the balls to say, I am sorry, this was wrong. And here is changing my mindset. It's not just, I've been telling people like, I did say sorry to Taylor. I did say sorry to other people during the show.
Right.
But they're going to see that through my actions, through how I act on like, okay, if someone hits you or if someone screams at you, at least at me, if someone screams at me, I don't feel bad for the people. I feel bad if I scream back to them. So I think like we should like use this platform is to, okay, I had like a mental break. This was going on with me. That's not an excuse for me to behave that way. But
no, it's not an excuse at all. I'm not trying to make it a cop out.
It already happened. What can I do to change the narrative right now? How can I perceive like now I'm getting treatment? I can share with people my experience. I have this diagnostic. I'm taking the medication. How can I see it? How can I change my perspective? And how can I inspire other people that already made mistakes as well? We are humans. We are fighting for our $750,000. We're gonna say things that we don't mean. We're gonna lie. People lied to me. People manipulated me. People like did, and I did as well. It was part of the game. But that's not an excuse for us to be like hurting people. And I know how much like we are all hurt. Like even you, like you left on 6th day, like you've been dealing with hate for like the last 3 months.
Yeah.
So, and I see your pain, but it's crush.
And disclosure, sorry to Taylor. I said it on my podcast. I said it, I've said it before, like on a podcast I was on, like I've said it so many times, like I am sorry, but I do need to call her. You're right. I don't have her phone number.
I can say 100 times, baby, but when we are like just saying and on podcasts and stuff, not, she's so busy.
Look, as I speak, I'm getting DMs right now. I hope, like, it's just never ending. Like the hate is never ending right now.
Never ends, but you can change the way that you see. You are doing your best. You're putting your face out there. Right now, you're putting your face and you're being vulnerable.
It takes a lot.
It takes a lot to be vulnerable. I know. It takes a lot. Like, I got like so many people texting me and sending me messages and stuff. But who is the Indy that I want to be? I know who I am. And I know what I'm doing, like, towards who I want to be, to improve, to learn, to evolve. And that's what I want to share with you. That's like, we cannot change people's mindset, and we don't want to do that. But we show them through our actions, not just through our words, that we didn't mean it.
Yeah.
Or change it. We changed our mind. We changed the way that we think, and we want to be better. We want to do better. And I believe, like, using this platform to show that, yes, I had a disease. Like, I had like a mental break. I'm taking medicines. I see the show, and I see how I affected game. I see how I hurt Taylor, and that's hurting you back. That pain that we caused on her is coming back to us, because that's how life works. It's karma. Like, the table always turn around, and it's like, it's hurtful. I know, like, I'm not here to be Taylor's lawyer, but I just tell you that I get to know Taylor on my last week in the show. Thank God. And especially because she was spending more time with Joseph. Joseph is my best friend, like, since they, you know, and
I'm not saying she's a bad person at all. At the end, did we like have a breakthrough? Yes. And then at that point, let me tell you, at that point I felt guilty. At that point I felt guilty because I was like, oh shit, like I said some fucked up stuff about her. And there's a where I like hug her, and I'm like, no one's gonna go home because of bullying, or like we're not gonna have bullying in this house. But who was I talking about? Me? Because I was like wow, like this is a form of bullying. So there's a clip of me saying, like, and everyone's like, oh, you're such a hypocrite, you're such a hypocrite. No, it was me saying, like, basically I did something, like I bullied, and like we're not gonna have that anymore. Like on Big Brother, like every season is someone bullying, like every season is someone being the bully. And I realized that I was becoming, saying, by calling her a pageant girl, you know, that's not right, you know, that's like
and she's so proud of it. I would like to be a pageant girl.
Yeah, no, and I know, and she even called herself a pageant. Like the thing is, I don't recognize that could be stereotyping someone and being like rude. And for me, afterwards, I realized that, and I felt guilty. So that's why I said that on the show. You know, I ended up saying, like, you know, I'm like, no one's gonna be bullied, after I had already said a lot of mean things, because I felt guilty and I felt bad about that. And I think that if the way they cut it was like kind of weird, but
it's always like kind of like tricky. But if you be like calling me like, oh, a Brazilian, I'm gonna be like, I am. What am I gonna say? I'm proud of it. Like, fucking, like, took Taylor like years to be a pageant girl.
No,
if you call her a pageant girl in front of her, she's gonna be like, yes, I am. And I don't.
Exactly. So it's just what people are sensitive about and not sensitive about. But days, like, everything and anything is like so.
Yeah, I think that I know, like, the meaning is different and the way that people take is different, and it was a lot. I saw all the clips because they made sure that I watched that on Twitter last night when I posted about our lives. We're like, Indy, you need to ask this, you need to ask that, you need to ask that. And I don't know if, like, you came from a place of insecurity. We know, like, the women's, like, it's always like we have that tendency to fight against each other. And that was literally the opposite that I want to do in the house. I want to, like, have all of us together. I want to, like, make one woman, like, to win the show. Doesn't matter who.
No, yeah.
And that was my goal getting to the show. And I don't know, how do you think, like, what triggered you to, like,
what did I say?
Like, to start the comments about, like, oh, she's a pageant girl, and, like, you need to go, and things like that. Like,
I have to be really honest with you. The producers came up with that line for me. Okay. I'm going to be super fucking honest, and I might get my ass in trouble from CBS, but at this point I don't give a fuck, because guess what? CBS came up with that line. They wanted to continue this narrative, and they wanted to continue for me to.
Internet's breaking. Your internet's bad, baby.
Is it bad? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that a lot of things came on your DR section.
Yes, the DR did provoke a lot of things, and they did formulate a lot of times lines.
I see that, like, but I always stand up for what I believed on my DRs.
And I should have, that's it. You're right. That's it. I should have stood up and said, no, I'm not going to say that.
I always stand up. Like, they never force me to do anything. They never
force. They don't force.
Like, hey, we're gonna let's go on this way. How do you like this person? How you dislike? And I always like, I just don't connect with this person. If you see my DRs about Taylor, it's like I just don't connect with her deeply. So I don't know what it is. And of course, I was not trying to connect. Yeah. And with my biggest regret on the game is that I didn't try. I didn't put all the girls together and like, and knowing like, okay, the DR may push you, but you had the right and the wrong. Like you
had the, oh, you're right. You're right. I did have the right to say no. For me, I was like, oh, that's kind of a good TV line for good TV, you know. But for me,
your face out there, and you knew that we signed up the contract.
No, I get that, and you're correct.
Fuck, it's my face here, honey. And, like, you're gonna make me say something that I don't mean it. So yeah. It's kind of tricky, and I see like what you say, but
yeah,
we are like, you're 22. You know how to say no already.
No, I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that. And I take accountability for that. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to take responsibility. It's important, not just like for the public, for the audience, but for people that we hurt and for their families. Because knowing that, think about like, even you, I was taking care of you during your 6 days because I was worried about how your parents would see, and taking care of you. Like, okay, her parents is probably going nuts at home.
No, I know. That's what happened. I mean, they did.
Yes. And then I was like, and the same thing with Taylor, like, think about how her mom and how her grandma felt like about like all of us. I'm not pulling anyone out.
Yeah.
Not trying to like her, not trying to spend time with her. I got to spend time with her the last week. And I say like,
it became, I understood her. I ended up she was bullied. She was this, like, she was telling me about her life. Like she was telling me, this is who I am. But it took so long to get there. And the things said in the beginning made me think of her a different way in the beginning, you know? So for me, if I had a longer time on the show, and this is what I think, if I had a longer time on the show and was able to stick it out for like 2 or 3 weeks, me and Taylor would have become really good friends. Alyssa and I we were like, oh, Taylor should be part, like she should be part of our alliance. Like we need to get her in, you know? But anyway, what I was saying is,
I saw eventually you and Alice talking, and it was not like that. But that's not my point. My point's like, how you feeling? What's your biggest regret on the game? My biggest regret is that I was not strong enough to put all the girls together. And I was not like, I couldn't see, you know, I was like in a box, and I didn't open my eyes to see that all the girls, Nicole and Taylor, should be in our alliance. We should stick together.
No, totally.
Change the environment that women cannot be friends. Women cannot put power together. I'm so against that. I'm so done with that. We can. We're stronger if
my biggest was judging someone based on little comments that were made. Like I should have blown off the comments that were made. I should have just like little snarky comments. Like at the end of the day, that's Taylor's personality, you know, like those little things, like commentary she made, like that's part of her personality. It was a joke to her, but it wasn't a joke to me, you know? But understanding that people act a certain way sometimes, and it's because it takes a while to get to know them, you know?
Yes, it takes a while. And like, even like the comments that she made, I lived with her like for 6 weeks. So that she makes or not, she's never bullying anyone. Even if she's never bullying anyone. And I never felt that. I never saw that. I could be like, okay, when she did like the soup with me, and I was like so angry because I was hungry and I couldn't eat and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I was so upset with her. I talked shit about her behind her back. Then I grabbed her and I talked in front of her face.
Yeah. I did tell her like some of the things you've said have like rubbed me the wrong way, and you've rubbed me the wrong way. So I was a little front. But to the point where did I say like you're a bitch to her face? No. So
I grabbed her and I was like, I say this and this behind your back, and I'm sorry, but that's the way I feel right now. How do you feel? Let me see you try. Explain to me where you're coming from. Oh, I'm just doing I didn't think about it. It was just a comment. I'm like, okay, so I'm sorry that literally like dragged me to a place that I don't want to be, like angry and like exploding. And then like, I don't know, the Latina version of me exploded. And then I say things 24/7 on the camera. And I know like, but I know how important it is for us to set a tone after the show and to people that we want to grow. And we are doing the move to grow. And we are changing the perspective because we have that big reach right now. Right. And we can be mad and we can just hate the haters back, but that attracts more haters. So
oh, I know. And I'm not trying to like continue to live through the show. If that makes, for me personally, I'm trying to like focus on my career and my real estate. And so for me, I'm disassociating myself with the show. Like I'm really, I wasn't really a part of it anymore, you know, unfortunately. Like, so I'm trying to disassociate myself from the show and focus on my other identity, which is real estate and like other things, you know.
But an important part to do, baby, on my opinion, it's like for you to be free when we want to leave something on the past,
For closure.
Things right and close it.
No, right. And I do want to make things. I mean, I sent an apology. I will call Taylor. And I do, and to you, Indy, I do apologize for the things that I said, you know, like whether it's stereotyping you, whether it's calling you something. I mean, I loved you the whole entire time. So if anything was misconstrued, like I loved you. Like I have nothing bad to say ever about you. Like you are standing here with me right now, like letting me talk, you know? So I love you. And you took care of me. You took care of me like a mom. Like, oh my gosh, you are so cute.
I tried to bring you back. I'm not like a specialist. I couldn't tell you like, oh, you.
No, I know. But, and then people think it's like, it's made up. Like they think this whole mental health thing is like made up. It's so sad. Like it's.
I don't think it's made up. I believe because I lived with you and I give you credit for getting out of your own like space and taking care of yourself, choosing to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
For everyone that's watching, everyone that's going to watch, mental health is not an excuse for bad behavior. That's not what I accept. That's not how I live my life. And if we treat someone super bad, like doesn't matter who is it, that means like if I see a person treating bad a waitress, I think that somehow is going to treat me bad as well because
right.
they are. So you're having an opportunity to look at what happened. You had 3 months to look at back to see what, and you have the chance now to put yourself out there and say like, that's what happened. That's what I say. And that I'm sorry. And I mean it, and change your behavior after that. Of course, the Big Brother door, I give you credit for that as well. Like you will go into another direction. And I hope that's going to be blessed and amazing and shining. And you know, you're going to have so much fun in your life. And I wish you the best, but there's just so much we can do for a new chapter if we don't close the back one, you know, that was before. If we don't close that in a night.
100%. I completely.
Taylor, our call, it's the minimum that we could do.
100%.
Okay, we don't want to be part of the show anymore. It's okay if you don't want to hang out with people or if you don't want to be Taylor's friend. It's okay. But I believe like all of us that hurt someone, not just Taylor, hurt someone or say some things that we didn't mean it, we have to say sorry to their families. We have to like, it's not an excuse like, oh, Paloma say